Welcome back. Today, we're talking about affinity diagrams. And let me tell you, this is how you turn your team's brainstorming chaos into pure gold. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's just dive right in. Come on, you know this scene. We have all been there. You have a great brainstorming session, the ideas are flowing, and you end up with a wall that looks, well, pretty much exactly like this. Just a beautiful, chaotic mess.
So you're just staring at this wall, right? Dozens, maybe even hundreds of ideas. The energy in the room was amazing. But now what? Seriously, is the answer to your big problem really hiding somewhere in that jumble of sticky notes?
And you know what? This is exactly where things fall apart. Faced with all that chaos, most teams just kind of freeze up and fall back on guesswork. They grab a few ideas that look good, but there's no real logic behind it. All that incredible momentum from the brainstorm, poof, gone. This is where you bring in the secret weapon, the affinity diagram. Think of it as a professional tool built specifically to handle this exact kind of messy, vague information. It gives your team a way to systematically dig through all that noise and find the real themes hidden underneath.
So, how does this actually work? Well, it's often called the silent consensus machine, and trust me, there's a really good reason for that. Let's walk through it.
Okay, so first, everyone gets their ideas down on individual notes. Simple enough, but then the magic happens. The whole team gets up, and in total silence, they start moving similar ideas together on the wall. The key rule: no talking, no debating, no arguing. You just use your gut feeling. The whole idea is that birds are flocking together. And if an idea seems to fit in two places, no problem, just make a copy. This simple, silent process builds team consensus unbelievably fast because it gets rid of all the useless bickering.
And here's what's so cool about this. It's a total mindset shift. You stop looking at it like a creative mess and you start seeing it for what it really is. Raw data that just needs to be sorted. This is not arts and crafts, people. This is waste management for your team's collective brain. And it's only when you sort through all that chaos that the real truth can finally surface. All right, so once everything is sorted, you get to the really exciting part. This is where you actually turn all that raw data into something incredibly valuable by revealing the core issues at play.
And here it is. This is the payoff. You go from that initial chaotic jumble of notes on the left to these clean, distinct, sorted groups on the right. Now, the final and most important step is for the team to look at each group and agree on a name for it, a header that perfectly captures its central theme.
And let me be super clear about this. Those headers, they are everything. They're the big issues that were hiding behind all those individual, seemingly unrelated little notes. You've officially moved from scattered ideas to the foundational problems you need to solve.
So that mess of random suggestions, all of a sudden, they start to form these powerful, clear groups with headers like equipment stability, or staff competency, or even customer communication. Just like that, your project's main lines of attack become crystal clear. These headers, these are the gold mines you're going to be digging into next.
But this tool does way more than just help you get organized. It creates a powerful bridge that takes your team from intuition to actual, data-driven action.
Think about it. The whole process starts with just gut feelings, right? People silently moving notes around. But what you end up with is this incredibly logical, structured framework. You've taken all this qualitative, sometimes emotional input and turned it into something your team can analyze and act on. It is an absolute pro move.
So you might be asking, okay, where is this thing really a game changer? Well, one of its most strategic applications is translating what your customers are actually telling you into something your business can fix.
You see, in process improvement, we talk a lot about the voice of the customer, or VOC. That's what customers say. Things like, your service is confusing, or this takes too long. It's often pretty vague. The challenge is turning that into something we call a critical to quality requirement, or a CTQ, which is a specific, measurable target your company can actually aim for.
And this is where the affinity diagram is your absolute best friend. You can take all those vague customer complaints like, you put me on hold or you sent me to the wrong department, and you group them. So what's the theme? It's that the customer wants to be put through quickly to the right person. Boom. And from there, you can define a measurable CTQ, like the customer gets through to the correct person the first time. See how that works? From vague feedback to a specific metric.
And that is why the pros, I'm talking Six Sigma black belts, rely on this tool so heavily. It's their secret for calming the storm of messy, qualitative data. It might seem kind of soft and intuitive on the surface, but the logical framework it creates is absolutely rock solid. So if you remember just one thing from today, let it be this: the affinity diagram. It's the bridge that takes you from gut feeling to bulletproof logic. It takes the chaos and turns it into a clear, actionable plan for real improvement.
Okay, so now that you've got your thoughts organized, you're going to realize something else pretty quick. Time is ticking. In our next explainer, we're diving into critical path analysis. I'm going to show you how to cut out all the fluff and stop wasting time on things that don't actually move the needle. You won't want to miss it. See you then.